Listen, it's Canadian Thanksgiving up here, and I just want to make a quick post about how thankful and grateful I am for the life that I have been blessed with. It really does start with my parents. My mom and dad were just wonderful, wonderful people, and did everything in their power to try and make my life successful. And I could not be more grateful or honored to sort of try and carry the name and reputation that they left to me. And I have certainly done all in my power to sort of pass on that legacy to my own children. There's so many things to be proud of and grateful to those two people that just who are no longer with us, with me anyway. Um, and it's a bit of an anniversary of sorts, to be honest. There are people in my life for whatever reason. I don't use this word lightly, but um, despise me. And people that shouldn't despise me, that have chosen to follow paths and make decisions to try and slake their own uh, feelings of disappointment, and how, from their point of view, everything has seemed to just work out for Bob Baker. And I get it. From 300 feet in the air, my life looks fantastic, and it truly is. And that's part of what I want to just express here, is how blessed I've been, how lucky I've been, and the risks have paid off for me, and I hope they pay off for you. Um, but without going into crazy details here, uh, I want there's people on here that, like I say, despise me, that watch this in hopes that I will fail, that the empire will fail, that my reputation will become garbage. And they have worked, and that is the word, worked diligently to try and bring that to pass. And I want those people that watch this to know that I have felt the guardianship of my ancestors, and they know who my ancestors are because they're their ancestors. And unfortunately, they have chosen a different path. And what they don't realize is that my safety, and that is the word that I choose, my safety has been pledged and frankly guaranteed to me as long as I hold true to the promises that I've made to both the living and the dead. And I have made promises to the dead. Um, that's not weird or creepy. Those are promises I made to people while they were uh, alive and in this life and are no longer with us. And as long as I hold true to those promises, I believe and certainly have felt, particularly in the last 18 months or so, just their presence and their labor for me and for my kin. And I know this because if my success was simply left up to my own devices and efforts, then would have failed long ago. And it has been brought out in stark relief that there are people that labor for me that I can't see, and that are concerned about me, that are no longer part of this physical world. And I realize people will take that weird, or I don't know what else to say. And I believe that help that sustains me won't leave me until I have completed the tasks that I need to do. And I certainly feel like I have more to do. I hope you feel that way. I certainly encourage you to dig into who you are, what your name means, where it came from, the legacy that your parents left you. And if that's an unpleasant memory, then maybe the legacy that your grandparents or your great grandparents. I promise you that there are heroes and villains in your ancestry. And I encourage you to seek those out and learn those stories and find out who you really are, because you're not a tradesman, or or you're not just a tradesman or just a father or just a mother or whatever labels the world puts on you. You come from a long bloodline that I have no doubt is rich with history, rich with effort, and it is my belief that those people uh, still labor for you and for me. And I, again, just to bring it all together, my thoughts, not yours. I know and have felt those influences in my life, and there are circumstances that I won't and can't discuss in public, uh, of how those promises and influences have just drastically affected my life in ways that have just are indescribable. And I hope that for you. And I think if you look carefully, you can find those things in your own life. I wish that for you. It is a wonderful, it's a beautiful life. But as I often say, it is a long and rough road. And there are potholes that you create, and there are potholes that others create. And I have certainly fell into my own fair share of potholes and into traps, and have yet to be unsuccessful in navigating my way out of those things. And I wish that for you. And I just want to leave that with you with my thoughts and not yours. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving. If you look for the good, you will find it. And that's it. Have a great Thanksgiving. And I appreciate everybody on here that has both the good and the bad. If it wasn't for the critiques and for the, people that are try and knock me off my little stool, and it's not a pedestal, it's just a little tiny stool, I would not. Every one of those things is a lesson for me on how to react and to be better and to do good things. And anyway, that's it. Have a lovely, wonderful holiday Monday for us and for all you in Canada and in the States. Your Thanksgiving's, whatever that is, 3 or 4 weeks away. I wish you all the best to your family and friends. I'm out.